have to learn how to begin to approach God in a childlike manner. Jesus tells us to be like kids, to approach him in a childlike manner. But we so grown. Let me rephrase that. We think we so grown.
Right.
That we just don't approach him in that. We approach him from a grown-up manner. And then we wonder why we don't get results.
Right.
Because our instruction is to come to him in a childlike manner. But we don't ever humble ourselves to do that.
That's real. And I feel like it just begs the question, like, people may be asking, well, what does that look like? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you approach God with a childlike faith? And I would say it just being teachable, being open-minded, just being willing and eager to learn the things of God. Because when you think of a child, children, they are excited to learn new things. Yeah. They know they don't learn everything. Like, they're eager to learn, eager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I imagine God wanting us to approach him, approach his throne as his kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you thought about that, the eagerness to learn, the eagerness to try new things, the eagerness, like, when we're kids, we don't know no better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to go do X, Y, and Z? Okay, bet. Like, because we don't know no better.
We learn about trial and error as kids. We learn about experiment, and then we learn,
yeah, absolutely. But then we naturally grow up because we live in this world and we realize that, oh, this world is actually, it can be big and scary.
Right.
Oh, snap. You mean I can jump and I can fall? And there's the potential of me to fall?
And that's good, because that's something that I was thinking about as well. Is I feel like we have childlike faith, of course, as children, obviously, but growing up, I feel like life hits us, and then we become realists. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like financial things start coming up, health stuff start coming up, relationship issues start coming up, and then it's just like life start lifing, and it's like we don't have time for these dreams, and we don't have time for childlike faith right now. We feel like we have to be realists, so to speak, and I feel like we project that makes sense onto God.
Yeah, absolutely. We limit God because because almost like the realism makes us not be able to. It's almost like the realism is blinding,
right?
And so I am blinded by, reality. Can we just be honest? Like, sometimes God don't make sense.
Right.
Like, if we just go be honest, he don't make sense.
Fact.
Sometimes. Like heal me of this leopard stuff, and like you want me to go jump in the Jordan, dip myself in the Jordan 7 times? Like, that don't make no sense. Right. Like, you gonna pull whatever you pulled out of the fish's mouth? Like, that don't make sense. I've been out here trying to catch these fish all night long, and you like go do it again and drop your net to the right side or whatever side, and then bam, here's all these fish. That don't make no sense.
And it's so interesting because it just seems like he does all that to prove a point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he does all of the things that we consider as being weird or crazy or just don't make no sense as to prove a point. Like, you think you know everything, but you don't. I'm all wise. I'm all knowing.
You ain't.
You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. And so that's good.
Yeah, and we need to rest in that. That makes sense. And accept the fact that we aren't all knowing. That we don't have, like, the same way when we were kids, we depended on our parents for everything. If I needed you to cook for me, at one point you had to bathe me.
Right. Change my diaper. Everything.
At one point I couldn't do nothing except maybe breathe.
I just thought about something. I may be getting ahead of myself, but what the heck? It don't matter. But I wonder, are we projecting like our relationship with our parents onto God? Because as a child, we look at our parents as superheroes. And some of us, still do as we continue to grow, but especially as children. Yeah. Like, our parents can do no wrong in our eyes. Our parents are the strongest individuals in our eyes. Then you grow up and you start to see their weakness.
Yeah. And you see their flaws.
Yeah, you see their flaws, and you see
they're human.
They're human. You see them show emotion. You see them cry. You see them be sad. You see them be angry. And then I feel like it sparks something in us to grow up, like to, I hope that makes sense. I don't know, not be as dependent. I don't know if this coming out like it's in my head, but basically I feel like we project that onto God. Like God don't have no flaws. He don't have no weaknesses. He don't have none of that. But in our natural life, that's something that we saw with our parents. Like at one point we approached them in a childlike manner as children. And then we start to grow up, and then we like, wait a minute. You know, stuff started getting real. We start seeing their flaws and start seeing
they're human.
Yeah, they're humanists. And I just wonder, do we take that and project it on to God?
Absolutely.